Mercury ran great. Water was wet.
Yes, sir.
Stop number 2 of the 2022 Luck of the Draw season brings us to Cedar Creek Reservoir, a 32,000-acre lake 50 miles southeast of Dallas. This lake is notorious for flipping docks, and with the lake being almost 5 foot low and some docks completely out of the water, that might change the game plan for some of our anglers.
Practice was pretty good. Caught a couple of sixes. The fish are just real shallow. Either way, I mean, you can't lose when you're running a bass cat, so I'm gonna leave here a winner. Either way, if we don't catch fish, I'll probably just go run 75 everywhere I go. Look cool doing it, you know.
If we get into some wind-blown pockets, the bait might be pushed up in the back of there.
Practice yesterday went fantastic, I thought. I ended up with the day being done with 15.5 pounds. I had a real early morning kicker with a 6-pound bass, so we kept flipping docks and we just started finding quality. Unlike Thursday where I caught nothing but small fish.
Got on a school of white bass and that's about it.
It's gonna be windy. The wind's gonna be windy for sure. You know, when the wind's blowing, usually you feel the wind blowing. So I don't know. I read in Bassmaster or something that like blows the bait around or whatever. I don't know. The bait's in the water, so I don't know how it affects that. But I don't know. I'm gonna check some YouTube videos on wind direction and all that. But probably just go based off of whatever YouTube says.
Man, I got a couple spots marked on the graph, so we're gonna go check them out. We'll see what happens, man. We're just winging it. So
yeah. So have you been to this lake before?
I have not. My dad's been here a few times, but man, we're just gonna flip every freaking dock on this lake and hope it sticks, man. Yeah. I love this time of year on any other lake. I've never been here before. I'm sure it's just like any East Texas lake, so we're gonna rock and roll, man. Hope for the best.
The lake's really low right now, which makes it kind of a curveball. It can be very finicky. So I didn't try to beat up on any fish that much, so we'll just see when I go out today.
You can definitely see what's under all these ramps, and then you can know for next time when the water comes up, like, oh, that dock's got a brush pile underneath it, or a Christmas tree, something like that.
Honestly, blowing out of the south kind of helps me out. I know it's going to mess up a couple people at least, but all my spots are, especially my offshore spots, are set up good to where this is the right wind you want for it.
I actually had to sell my rods to get a new lower unit, so I was going to try to borrow one from Zach, see what he had. But hey Zach, can I borrow a rod?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so what you got tied on it? I'm gonna be fishing a banjo minnow most of the day. That's kind of been the ticket, really. I think it's just got a lot to do with the low pressure fluctuations, the crawfish spawn going on. They got crawfish here, huh? Yeah, they're definitely spawning for sure. It's fishing like March, really. Bedfish, things like that. So we're just gonna go out and try to catch 7. Bring them in. Hopefully he don't notice.
9 teams joined us this morning, and a few teams started out fast. We'll start the morning off with Logan Beverone throwing a small swim bait on the dam.
Let's get it, dude! Woo! Yes! Yes! Oh my God! Oh my God! Look at that fish! Yes!
The team of Jared Cry and Brendan Long chose to start close to the ramp, throwing topwaters in a stump field that they caught fish on the day before.
No way.
The topwater bite didn't work out for them, but they did catch 2 nice fish flipping Texas rigs next to stumps.
Good.
You're net in the water already. Don't.
Zach Ansley and Curtis Ansley started out throwing jerk baits and square bills around docks.
What? Booyah. Booyah.
Look at it, came off. I gotta retie that.
Wrapped you around it.
Yeah, he pulled up. We're still there. Fish number 1. Pretty good.
The team of Dylan Dowdell and Brandon Cole had an early limit and started culling quick, but the size was not as good today as they reported catching in practice. Dylan is our reigning angler of the year and has started out the season on Lake Belton in the lead. The season is still early, but every tournament plays a big role in the Angler of the Year points. Each team's 4 best bags of the season will go towards their AOI points, so he knows that every fish counts and every tournament counts if he wants to maintain his lead. The morning bite is coming to an end, and the anglers are starting to take notice as the size and the quantity of fish are starting to go down. Every dock on Cedar Creek has 2 things: brush and rusty pipes, and fish run straight to them after being hooked. Unfortunately, they both got the best of a few of our anglers this weekend.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Zachary. Zachary. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's out of there, Zachary. Just get the net, get the net, get the net. Zachary. No. Shoulders, 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 shoulders. Shit. I ain't got very, I got like 8 more long. Ain't that? Swimming to the boat. I felt it, did it, then it's come out. What you dragging? Did you see my line swimming? Holy shit, boy. Good call, one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's 1:30 and Jared Cry and Brendan Long have 4 fish in the live well for about 7 pounds.
Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. I've got it.
Last month at Belton, caught the big bass on an underspin, and I may have just done it again here at Cedar Creek. So we'll see how that goes. Right now we're sitting with about 13 pounds. And we have one fish that is a line burner, so we really got to get rid of him to make sure he doesn't shrink in the live well. Man.
Pissed off, I know that. Oh, good. Wouldn't hurt to ask. Or ask them for dinner. Yeah. What if you think two? You got it? Woo! I thought I felt something, but I was like, no, I just pulled it across the top of it.
With an hour left to fish, Jared and Brendan decided to go back to the same stretch of docks they caught the 5.5 pounder on. That decision ended up paying off for them by culling 3 times, once with a 4-pound fish.
Holy shit, bud. Holy shit, bud. Look, man, I'm not good. I'll say it. I've had a good idea coming back. I'll say it. I'll say it.
A long day of fishing has come to an end, and all the teams are headed back to weigh-in. Our first place team was Steve White and Ray Page with a total weight of 23.8 pounds. They won big bass with 5.7 pounds. Their total winnings was $1,251. Second place was Jared Cry and Brendan Long with 16.9 pounds and a 5.5 pound kicker. Their total winnings for the day were $459. Third place was Ron and Ronald Eastman with 14.4 pounds. Fourth place, Dylan Dowdell and Brandon Cole with 12.8 pounds. Fifth place, Logan Beverung with 11.2 pounds and a 5.3 pound kicker. Matt Brown and Rob Rice came in sixth with 9.8 pounds. And Zach Ansley and Curtis Ansley came in seventh with 8.1 pounds.
Morning.
Yeah. All right, good evening, everybody. This is Jared with Luck of the Draw Fishing. We just had our tournament out here on Cedar Creek Lake. It was a grind for some people, and other people just got lucky. So I ended up catching two pretty nice ones. Came in second with 16.9 pounds. You know, it was a grind all day. We didn't probably catch but 8 to 10 fish all day. Just luck, you know, happened to catch two pretty nice ones. But you know, like Zach, how'd y'all's day go?
We caught a bunch of dinks, but we caught 4 keepers. It was pretty slow. They weren't on any like moving baits at all. And we found that out about 10:30, and we were flipping docks the rest of the day.
Yeah. So there was some pretty big. I mean, there was some pretty big bags coming. Some pretty big fish, as I should say. The first place team weighed in 23 pounds. You caught a pretty big fish, huh?
Yeah, 4.5.
4.5, yeah. Yeah. How'd you catch that?
It was on a wacky rig.
Oh, wacky rig, yeah.
On a dock.
Oh, wacky rigs on docks. There you go. Logan, you caught one pretty nice too, huh?
Yeah, I caught a 5.3.
5.3, yeah. How'd you catch that?
Swim bait on the dam.
Swim bait on the dam, man. I mean, people were just catching them all different types of ways today. So anyway, what we're doing now, we're gonna draw for the next month. So it is the luck of the draw. So every month we draw for the new lake. Last month was Lake Belton, and you know, this month was Cedar Creek. What we have left, we have Lake Houston, Lake Tyler, Somerville, Sam Rayburn, Livingston, and Lake Conroe. So what do you guys want it to be?
Let's go to Livingston.
Livingston? Come on, man. What do you want, Brendan?
I'm thinking Conroe.
Conroe? Oh god. Everybody
Get it
just
out of the way. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, I'm definitely cooler with a closer lake instead of making these long drives.
We've been traveling a lot, so we need one that's kind of close to home.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Rayburn or Conroe?
Rayburn? Okay. What do you want it to be, Wesley? Cedar Creek. We just did Cedar Creek. What lake do you want it to be? All right. Well, we're gonna draw it either way, so you'll get to find out. Houston, Tyler, Somerville, Sam Rayburn, Livingston, and Conroe. You gotta mix them all up real good so you can't see what it is. All right, Wesley, close your eyes. Pick. Lake Conroe. Oh, Wesley Wade.
I'm telling you.
Lake Conroe, man. Okay, so we got 3 guys that live on Lake Conroe. So, Logan? What do you think is going to take?
Like, honestly, there's a lot of guys that live on Conroe that fish it every day.
Yeah.
And if we get a bunch of those guys, I think it's going to take 17 to 25, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Conroe puts out
definitely some studs out there, and there's some big fish in that lake for sure.
There's some donkeys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so November. I don't really remember fishing any tournaments on Conroe in November, but I'm sure that somebody's going to catch them like they always do. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll see you on Lake Conroe.